Step by Step is a charity that I created back in 1996.
Okay.
And for the last 20 years, we've been promoting organ donations.
Okay.
Not just throughout Canada, throughout the world.
Okay.
And in that journey, we've had literally thousands of people.
Yeah.
And in this case, like we were very instrumental in saving a lot of people's lives. In
Yeah.
this case,
Yeah.
this was a lot of you. Okay, so I wanted to, this has been a really exciting night with lots of positive stuff flying around here, and it won't end anytime soon. This is going to continue, but for now we had to do this. I wanted to give you a brief background of my lovely guest right now, Renee. Can we just call you Renee? Yeah, I know you're well known here and everything. But let me also share the background so I can give you the proper setting for this. It was April 2013, and a young girl by the name of Kayla needed a double lung transplant. And she didn't have much time left to live. Like, we needed all the positive forces that we can get to help save this young girl's life. She was 18 years old. And we were doing a torch walk around the perimeter of downtown. So we would carry the torch down University, turn on Dundas towards Yonge, and then go up Yonge back to college. And that was we were doing this from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the evening. And it was the entire month of April that we were doing this to make sure that we were going to save this young girl's life. I don't know which day, but one of those days, you were there and seen it, and you approached me and said, basically, I don't know if it was word for word, but you asked me to come to that channel to see if we can further help Kayla, and I did. I ended up making an appearance in an interview, and we explained the whole background. I remember you were in the audience. We had a pretty packed room that day, and you were in the audience, and I was explaining what I'm explaining now, the same thing. And I when somebody asked me, I think you asked me, how did you get here? I said it was Renee's flute that got me here, and her energy, And so I invited you to attend the last day of the campaign, because nothing had come in, no donors, and we were just praying that something was going to come in before this ended. You came on April 31st, and this was promoted to everybody that a lady by the name of Renee was going to appear that day with her flute, and we called it the magical flute that was hopefully going to reach, your sound was going to reach that donor.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so on April 31st, you arrived with the torch, and you played, you made a song. I mean, you gave this some thought. This wasn't just, a spur of the moment thing, because you gave it some thought. What song were you going to bring that would be adequate for this occasion? Do you remember that song?
I don't.
Give a little bit. I'm not going to sing. That's my voice sucks. But do you remember that?
Yeah.
Give a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the tune that your flute was playing. And you led all these people that were gathering.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember the
These
volunteers.
were people
Yeah.
that just started gathering. I
And
mean,
the
at the
kids,
end of it,
too.
there was you won't. I was webcasting it live. And these are the people that were gathering, and there, I don't, who knows how many people. There was a lot of people, and media was there as well. And I believe Kayla was well enough to appear, and she was sick most of that whole month and couldn't move, but somehow the strength came to her that day to come, and I think might be behind this lady with the bullhorn. And I'm just explaining that whole story.
Wow.
I repeated it many times.
Was
Like,
you, George? You know,
and-
all this time
and-
I've been watching you on the show, and I didn't realize
yeah,
that's
that
who
was
you
me.
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you know,
Wow.
right? That's Khaled's father. This guy is a world-renowned donor father. That his son was killed, and Palestinian son was killed, and donated the organs to 6 Israeli children. This is the father of that son. And you can see to the left, that was the media from, I don't know if that was Global or City TV, because they did some powerful stories, media stories, during that day. There's Ishmael Khatib holding the famous torch that was blessed by the Pope and carried by, and I believe Kayla. There you are. I see you. What you were doing was you were playing that flute through that whole 3-kilometer walk. And I think it took about a half an hour to do that whole thing. You were taking little instrumental breaks in between, but you were playing. There you go. You were playing. Give a little bit. Isn't this fascinating? It's Kayla in the picture.
Where is she?
Now, because she
Wow.
wasn't, she was very weak. She probably couldn't do the walk, but she was there, and you'll see her near the end. See, you're leading the way, Renee. Wow. You were leading the
It was-
way. I think we're going up on Elm Street here. It's all in the vicinity of where the hospitals were, where the transplants are being done. Yeah, that's the bus station. So we're not that far from that channel right now, from this studio right here.
Yep, we walked. Yep, we came from the hospital.
This is amazing.
To the station.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's Dundas.
This is
Just
amazing.
we're approaching
This is
Dundas.
amazing.
Yeah.
But I know that when stuff like this happens,
Yeah.
and I can look back 5 years ago, or how long ago? What year was this?
2013, April.
2013.
Yeah,
And now it's 2017.
4 years.
And this had
Going
gone
on
completely from my
5 years.
memory. Wow. Wow.
Well, if it
How
wasn't
is
because of
Kayla?
you, I wouldn't
How
be
is-
here. Maybe one day we can arrange to bring her here. Awareness. We were seeking that hero or that donor that was going to save her life.
Wow.
And somehow through all the people that were walking, who knows, it could have been somebody watching you play the flute that ended up becoming
could
her
have-
donor.
Yeah.
She was our Sarnia student tour champion.
And what does that mean?
It means that she carried the torch in Sarnia,
Yes.
and she represented Sarnia.
Okay.
He said, let the children carry the torch.
Right.
And
I remember
they
now.
they will
Yeah, yeah,
represent
Yeah.
and so all these kids ended up representing
Yeah.
the torch
Yeah.
and the blessing that the
You met some.
some were donors,
some were donors,
some were
too.
and some were recipients. Like
Right.
that guy is a
And
heart recipient.
do-
There was recipients, donors, and people that were waiting.
That's me.
You had more hair there.
Yeah. Wow. George,
Can
thank
have more
you.
of the flute? Can you
Thank
play
you.
us some more of the flute? Manuel?
Okay.
You can see the picture of Kayla a
Can I
little
play
bit better.
this?
And I know she's in there somewhere.
Yes.
Give a little bit.
That's my adopted son is right there, Khaled.
Which one? Which one? Where?
One holding up Kayla.
Oh, wow. And where did you adopt him from?
Palestine. just went around the corner from that channel.
Good people, you see? Helping out.
Ryerson's at the left there.
We just had to let people know that it's really important to donate their organs and take care of their organs. We recycle everything. We recycle everything.
Recycle yourself.
Yeah, we have to take care of ourselves.
Well, it's someone that never ends. And the trouble is high. And in fact, he was looking for the dollar. It was a great adventure. And away he went. And just take it there. Let this be mine.
I just got a brainstorm. You.
Oh my God! I mean, look at the victory. I'm jumping up and down like a little kid.
This can be used as when hundreds of thousands and millions of people start coming to that channel, leading the way, coming right to your,
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands and millions of people.
I can't sit for too long.
I feel clean.